All right, so we're recording and we're starting this at 9:10. So I'll try and keep us honest and keep us on a tight time schedule so we don't go over too badly. Try and keep it 30 minutes. All right, so the first thing I wanted to tackle today was the eating the 7-day group.
Yep.
Sarah and I have a Google Doc that Teresa has posted on the team page open. And so right now we've got, starting on Sunday, the grocery list and shopping, and I was going to take that and because I found a few grocery lists on Pinterest, but I've also have the Ultimate Reset that I'm going to make my own grocery list, and then I was going to try and do some live Facebook video while I'm in the grocery store, so of that experience.
I can see that video.
We'll see how it goes. And then Monday is going to be Whole Foods and substitutions for Whole Foods. Is that what that means?
Yeah. So this doesn't need to be, this isn't set in stone. I just was kind of based on, thanks Teresa for putting down topics. I know you're going to listen to the recording after, but are you anonymous chipmunk? Yes.
Yeah, because you're anonymous hippopotamus or something.
Okay. Nicknames in Google Docs. Awesome. So the clean eating group, we have a Google Doc, and Teresa had gone through and recommended topics. So based on kind of how usually this, like the clean eating group or free groups go, we have an idea, and you can check this out too on the group and the thread, Claudia, and anyone else, anyone else that's going to listen and whatnot. But we kind of like have like the grocery shopping, which usually is the first thing that happens anyways when you're trying to like get better at eating and planning or whatever. I think leaving the Shakeology to the end because it's a free group is better for everyone. But I think we can like open for discussions on that too. Because you don't want to, we can still post about it, but we don't want to overwhelm. If it's a free group, you don't want to overwhelm everyone with like the Shakeology pitch or oversharing if people aren't ready for that and like the breakdown. And then I just kind of like Water Wednesday doing that. You could do like sugar and like maybe include sugar and pantry clean out as like Tuesday and call it Toss It Tuesday.
Yeah.
Because I have cat fur in my mouth. So like something to that effect where like you do those like silly acronyms where it's like Flex It Friday and Water Wednesday and Toss It Tuesday. And then, yeah, we can figure out like Thursday, do something else. I think the Whole Foods and substitutions on Monday would be a good one. Or, I mean, we can do different posts in the same day.
We can do a morning and a night post. We've done that before.
Right.
So yeah, so some of the other things is if you keep good food in your fridge that you'll eat good food, and that we can kind of be into grocery shopping day. And then some of the other ones that she has listed on that other doc are additives. So sugar, sodium, preservatives. And then finding a why is on there, which I don't think we need to do in a free group.
Yeah.
Eat less crap, eat more food, which is a picture with acronyms. And I would be interested in seeing where that is or where those pictures are. But we can touch base with her after. When does this, she has abs are made in the abs are made in the kitchen. So the positive effects of clean eating. And then another one that I think is a good one is I don't eat that versus I can't eat that. What's the difference in these two sentences for you?
Oh, maybe you do. Maybe we do like Monday is like, or Thursday or something is like mentality.
Yeah.
Because that's definitely a lot of like you look at something and you say, and I know a lot of people, or I've seen people do this, where it's you go to a party and you're saying, okay, I'm going to treat myself because I love this, but I'm not going to eat that because I don't like it, or it's not as high up on the. I'm okay if I eat chocolate chip ice cream because I love chocolate chip ice cream, but if I snack on those potato chips, I'm going to have more guilt after because I don't really like potato. Like I only like.
And I think Thursday is a good day to do that because it's leading into the weekend.
Yeah, and then
people cheat.
There, I feel like there should be a recipe, like sharing.
I was just gonna say, what about the recipes? Yeah,
because I know that's on we have to look at the image that Kelly created too, because we don't want to because she has bullet points.
Yeah, that's good. That's a really good point. So that event page has what is clean eating. I'll read them and you double check if we cross them off the list. What is clean eating? What food should I eat? What food should I avoid? Meal planning and prepping, grocery lists and recipes, and then shopping healthy on a budget and more.
Oh, recipes. I mean, you could lead with what is clean eating on that, like as a question and introduction.
Yeah. And get other people, like the people in the group, to comment.
Sorry, Claudia, we're like feverishly typing and making notes in this Google Doc so it doesn't leave our minds.
But we got to figure out where we're adding recipes, or maybe we add a recipe a day and that's our evening post.
I like that. I like the evening post at night. Because that's usually like when I'm thinking about
the next day.
Yeah, the next day, or getting lunches ready, or packing my own lunch. Like, oh, I wasn't able to meal prep on Sunday, so my week is a hot mess, and I'm going to think about everything on Wednesday night for Thursday and Friday.
Breakfast.
all right. Might sound stupid.
Go for it.
So it's 7 days. That's Monday. If we're going to provide a grocery list, wouldn't we need the recipes already?
It's not stupid.
No, not stupid. Because I know I've been in both where they've provided it at the beginning, or people share recipes, like what's your favorite breakfast, or what's your favorite snack, or what's your favorite dinner, or something like that. And then it's like it's doing a crock pot one that we've done before, and then we compile the booklet at the end and we send it to everyone.
Oh, well, that's cool.
I mean, maybe what we can do is a grocery list and shopping based on what the recipes are that we're going to offer to the group, with maybe like a highlight of what those recipes are, but not post the recipe until that night post.
Okay.
So if people wanted to really like be stringent about what it is we're doing, they could buy all the supplies and have the recipes, like, does that make sense? And have the recipes come up throughout the week. It might help keep engagement in the group too.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, it could be, I mean, the grocery list could be full of obvious basics, chicken.
Right, chicken, like lettuce, carrots, peppers, like steak tips.
That you can make several recipes with.
Right, that's true.
Or like, I see this meme in my head every time, and it's, shopping in your, like, grocery shopping in your pantry, like how to save money and clean eating.
Right.
It's not even clean eating, it's just meal prepping. Like I did, because Easter, I usually go grocery shopping on Sunday. And I wasn't able to because of Easter. And then my lunches suffered like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I spent like $30 at the cafeteria at lunch, when if I had just meal prepped on, like, gone grocery shopping on Saturday, then I wouldn't have spent $30 on salad bars when I could have just done it at home for far less than $30.
True.
Yeah, because I think when and maybe this is an everyone question. When is the best time to add everyone? Because we could add people on Saturday afternoon and say, check out the files, and include a grocery list of like basics.
Right. Yeah, I think I was going to ask if we could start adding, this starts Monday, right? So I think I was going to ask if we could start adding people on Friday.
Yeah.
So if people do grocery shopping on Saturday or Sunday, they could have access to that stuff.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. I'm all for adding early.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, because I found that, opposite of everyone, that when you add on, if I add someone on my phone to a group, I can't tag them on that like initial welcome post unless I'm on the computer.
Yeah, I've had that issue too.
Yeah. Okay. Trying to think.
So I have, for recipes that we could, recipe ideas, I have obviously breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, appetizer, or hors d'oeuvre, and then an adult beverage or a non-alcoholic beverage, fancy drink like smoothie or something, like not Shakeology, but something separate that could be considered clean eating. I need one more thing that would be considered a recipe. Like, does that make sense? Am I making sense?
Yeah. Like baked good, or if you count that as dessert, breakfast, lunch, appetizer, adult beverage.
Maybe like a sauce.
I'm trying to think. Maybe
Salad?
you could
What?
or a side dish.
Okay.
Because that's different than an appetizer.
Yes. Yeah, a salad would work.
Oh, salads! I love salads. And lettuce salads get so boring so fast.
True. All right. So
They do.
side dish slash salad.
Love it.
Right. So we've got, for Sunday morning, grocery list or slash shopping, and then like introduce yourself. What is clean eating? For Sunday PM, we've got a breakfast recipe. For a Monday morning post, we've got whole foods and substitutions. What should I eat and what should you avoid? For Monday PM recipe, we've got a lunch. For Tuesday, we've got pantry clean out slash sugar additives or whatever we want to say there. For Tuesday PM, we've got a dinner recipe. Wednesday is going to be our water intake and hydration benefits when you're eating clean. And then Wednesday PM will be a dessert recipe. And then I've got thinking about it Thursday. I don't eat that versus I can't eat that, the head game that you play with food. And then Thursday PM would be an appetizer or an hors d'oeuvre. And then Friday morning, meal prepping. And I think I want to put something to do with tracking. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then
yep. Sorry, keep going.
That's okay. Friday PM, we've got a recipe, side dish slash salad. And then Saturday morning, we've got Shakeology, and Saturday PM, we've got like adult beverage or smoothie or something to drink.
Yeah.
And I think we should make a point on these posts that are like the recipes to like really encourage anybody else. Like we'll post an initial recipe that meets like that topic. So if it's breakfast or whatever, but if anybody else is doing something different, then they can post what they're doing on that, or that would be the ideal situation.
Yeah.
To get them involved.
Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And do when we want those all to be pin posts, or maybe like just keep what is clean eating as the pinned post up top.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Something like that.
Okay. So of those, not again, not to put you on the spot or whatever. So we'll post this doc once we clean it up in the team page. But since you're also on the call, Claudia, is there anything that really jumped out at you for something that you would want to be the person that posts about, like that topic? Or are you, or not at all, which is fine too. I just wasn't sure if there's something that you're like, you had suggested salad, so I don't know if you want to take and be responsible for Friday's evening salad post. Does that make more sense?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since you're on the call, we like to give people that are here first dibs. Sorry, everybody else. I'm really sorry.
No, that'll be fun.
Okay, cool. So, and we'll keep posting in our team group, like on our team page, or I don't know, maybe.
So the doc will show up on the 7-day page.
Say that again.
The doc are on the team page.
It'll be on the team page, and I was just gonna say, I was actually gonna suggest you're on Facebook like regularly, so I was gonna say we could even start a group chat with like the three of us, Paula, Teresa, and Kelly, the like 6 of us that were really interested in doing this and probably have challengers that, we're adding to it. So, so I think I'm gonna start a group chat from that actually, because that will be easier.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, so that we have at least our topics. Now we'll just need people help with posts. Yes, Sarah?
Yep.
Okay.
That should be easy enough though.
Yeah, agreed. All right, so that's that. So the next, and there are a ton of scripts. So once we finish this call, because we don't have to do that in this call, we can find the scripts and just at least post ideas like blurbs or whatever.
Yep.
To give people an idea, and hopefully people will help with that. So all you'll have to do, Claudia, is like copy the day, the PM post, copy it, and then add your own recipe or add your recipe to it, and then post it to the 7-day challenge group.
All right.
Okay. So the next thing on the agenda was a push to invite for 30-day challenge group, which starts May 1st. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days from now.
That's crazy. It's May in 12 days.
Yeah, this week. I know I say this every year, but the years are flying by.
It happens when you get older.
Shut up.
I can attest to that one.
It's so crazy. I'm like, oh my God, I have an almost 2-year-old. What's going on with my life?
Yeah, that is crazy. Okay, so like I said, on one of the things I listen to for pushing for invites. Actually, one thing I listened to today made a really good point of when the woman was inviting, she wasn't saying that you had to have. She didn't set a date as an end line. Let me say it that way. Sorry, I'm getting my words jumbled. She didn't set a date as an end line. She just limited like her number of spots left she had available.
Yeah.
Because what she was finding was if she gave people a date, they were waiting until that last date to sign up, to register. So I'm going to try and take that technique for this time of like saying, okay, I have 10 spots left for this challenge group that's starting May 1st. And that's going to be part of my invite process. And I'm going to make sure, and then if I get 9, then I'm going to say I have 9 spots or whatever the case is. Because that's what I think will work for me. And then I'm going to do I have a goal for Friday of this week because it's my last day of vacation. I go back on Monday to invite a lot of people, send personal messages because that's the day of the week that I have time to do that. And then again, follow up on I think she said 2 days out or 3 days out. I think it's a little bit harder now because with the Beachbody On Demand, you don't have to crunch people to purchase a challenge pack because they can access their stuff online, which is awesome. But I have to say I am struggling a little bit with that because it's okay, well, you can get it at any time. So do I really feel the pressure to invite people for this specific date? No, but I'm going to be better about setting goals for myself. So the 21st is one of those dates that I'm going to really push to mass invite. I have been already a little bit this week, not as much as I would have liked to, but that's okay. It's all right. We're going to move forward. And then I'm probably going to do it again on Tuesday with a really big push for 10 spots left or however many spots or whatever. And then again on Thursday because that's 3 days out. That will, and then after that, I'm going to kind of, okay, if I get any interest from that, it'll just be for the next one.
Yeah. You could put a deadline on to sign up by, or still treat it like it's going to take them the 5 to 8 days or whatever to get things. Because if they order Shakeology by Friday, they would get it in time. But if they ordered it by next Wednesday, they might not get it in time.
Right. Good point.
And you could send packets to people to offset, but again, you can still treat it okay, because I still want to sell that challenge pack because it's still, Beachbody On Demand is still a challenge pack with Shakeology, and it's the better deal. I don't know the math numbers off the top of my head. I need Brent, but I also need to have that ingrained in my mind anyways. It's $199, whatever. But yeah, so still treat it like that. And then I think we need to create a separate group for that too. Because we don't have a 30-day shell anywhere, I don't think. So that's something that we can add to it.
So a 30-day May 1st, and what happened to May 8th as a 7-day?
That's still happening.
Still happening.
All right.
So the 3 things that we kind of touched on this last time, but I think the 3 things that at least the people on our team that have been making these calls more consistent in their lives that we think are important is a 7-day Shakeology challenge group, which Paula leads awesomely, and I love her for that. And then we wanted to bring back a 30-day challenge group because as a team, we kind of had fallen away from that. And then the other one was a free challenge group, but not every month, just kind of quarterly. So monthly, What we're looking to do is or at least somewhat monthly. What we're looking to do is a 30-day and a 7-day.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you find, have you done this before?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have them overlap? Do you have different people in?
Yes, in each challenge group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So typically, or ideally, you would like to have, everyone is functions differently, but ideally, like you would either, I know Kate does the 30-day or the whole year and then gets it more specific with the 7-day, where I try to get people on with the 7-day with just Shakeology and then get them in on a program. Or you could do a combination of both, where you say, be a part of my 7-day or the 30-day and get a challenge pack. And then like you could do a refocus, like, hey, the 30-day was great, but let's really refocus again on your why and your involvement and your goals.
And I think the number one important, like the most important piece to whatever you're doing is that you're asking enough questions to offer the right challenge group for the person that you're talking to. Mm-hmm. So it's not, I hate to sound so Beachbody, like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't. But I think the number one thing that I've been taking away is that the more questions that you ask for that person, like why they're interested, what drew them to you, what goals they have, really digging into why they want your help or why they agreed to have a conversation with you. It sounds so ridiculous, but the more the more ammo they give you to provide them with the right like utility tool. Does that make sense? Like they are giving you the ammunition so you can like just fire back at them. Like, okay, so, well, I'm really having a hard time with keeping track of what I'm putting in my mouth and my nutrition's been all off, but my workouts have been pretty consistent. If somebody comes to you like that, you're obviously going to recommend the group that's appropriate for them. Like, okay, well, let's try for 7 days, honing in on that nutrition. Let me introduce you to this product that I use that makes me want to eat healthy. It makes me feel better, and I don't want to put crap in my mouth because this tastes better and it's better for me. And we've got this great 7-day challenge, which will really allow you to hone in on just 1 week worth of what you're putting in your mouth and why you're doing that, or why you're reaching for chips when you're not that hungry, whatever the case is. But like the more you can listen to them, the more that if you can spit it back to them, they're more likely to accept what you're offering them in the long run. Does that make sense? Okay. And then, so that's why I think I use the 7-day Shakeology because as like a really hone in on this nutrition. Like these shakes are awesome. I've been drinking them for 2 years. Like, yeah, they're a lot of money, but they're worth it because of how great they make me feel. And I use the 30-day group. Not that I haven't been successful, but I've been bad about keeping track of my challengers. So that is something I will tell you is a fault of mine. And there are many other people on our team who are much, much, much better at it. But just making sure that like I use the 30-day to keep track of anybody that bought a program that like wants to follow a program, because 30 days is like a good amount of time. For most of our programs, you can either fit a 21-day program in, or at least the first month of most of our programs in that 30 days. So that's how I use those two groups. At least that's how I was when we were running them more consistently, and now we're trying to get back to that. So I'm hoping to stay more consistent with my own habits, which is never mind. But yeah, so that's what I would say. That would be my one like pro tip. And it's not even I'm not even a pro. Like it's just from me listening to so many other wake up calls and other coaches and all the training that I've been listening to lately. Just make sure you're asking enough questions. Like if you, before you offer something, because if you offer them the wrong thing that's not really for them, then you're not.
They're turned off.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Okay. And the only other thing that we have on our agenda. Are we done talking about a push for invite for 30 days? Because in that push for invite, we should also be pushing the invite for the Shakeology too.
Right. So it's like one in the,
Those are right around the corner. And I think the Shakeology, we should really be pushing this next week, because you want to make sure that you provide them with the packets or whatever the case is to get them to start at the right time. And that involves shipping and handling and mail, that whatever, like that is very important to make sure that you almost want to start those invites more seriously this week, because there is kind of a timestamp on making sure you get your packets to your potential challenger.
Yes.
So I guess I'm going to take the next week and really push to invite to both by having more conversations and digging deeper into what people want and why they're responding to me, kind of thing. And then the summit call, and I don't know what, I think we just need to keep posting to the team, the TD in New Orleans 2017 group.
Yeah.
And try and figure out a day and time that the majority of us can get on a call. Because why do I feel nervous about this? I jumped into Summit at the very last minute last year. And it all went awesome and was a blast. You're going to have so much fun, Claudia. It's so much fun. I cannot wait. But yeah, so I think that's my only thing about that is we'll just keep talking about it on these calls, and I'll keep posting about it, and I'll keep being annoying about it.
Yeah. Are we sticking together for Summit? I mean, are we gonna plan the same agendas as a team or what?
Last year, Kate and I are both looking at each other like, so last year was our first summit, like both of our first summits. And each year it's been done differently because it's just grown exponentially. It's very hard to move thousands of people in and out of rooms for general sessions and all that. So this year it's in a different location. It's in New Orleans versus Nashville like it was last year. And we all tried to because they have the tentative agenda right now for times and speakers. And I think there's maybe 2 different tracks, and I think it's like an A, B, C, D, I think.
Are you thoroughly confused?
There's essentially there's 4 tracks that we kind of each say what we're interested in and then try to go in groups. Just because it can be overwhelming. And this is the first time that we're all going to be in New Orleans. So a lot of our leaders, Aaron and Brent, they, and we all kind of agreed last year that Team Determination, we all kind of really liked that team bonding each night that we had and during the day, as opposed to really going off into separate tracks and whatnot. So I think there might be a different day agenda or night agenda than what Beachbody has planned. So we do try to do things, and long answer short, we do try to do stick together as much as we can. But if you wanted to go off on your own and say well, no, I want to do this track even though no one else is doing it, by all means do it.
Okay. So yeah, right, you're you're actually in a great spot, because although it's very confusing, nobody's picked anything yet. When I signed up for Summit last year, pretty much everybody on our team had picked what they wanted to go to. So I'll see if I can find, give me a second, the document that I think Brent posted it in that page. That's yeah, I see it now. So I'm going to tag you on this post. And so Brent posted this doc that it's the Summit agenda. And when you open that, you'll kind of see the tracks that Sarah's talking about. And basically what that is you're going to be able to read the topics of those speakers, and whatever kind of calls to you based on where you're at in your business or what is most interesting to you, that's the one you're going to try and aim to go to or select when that opens up in less than a month. Yeah, seriously, so short. And then the other thing to do is talk to, so I don't know what, like, I'm sure you've talked to Paula about your goals, so I would reach back out to her about what her goals are for Summit and see if your goals align, then you can try and get to the same track. So you're sitting with somebody. And that's
right.
like, that was something else that I really only knew what my upline coach and her husband last year. I knew other people from like these calls and stuff, but I didn't know them personally. And I ended up in a completely different setting from Cassie and Dave because they had picked theirs earlier and I came in last minute and got stuck with whatever was left over. And it was fine because it worked out great for me because I actually got an opportunity to meet the rest of our team and really get to know them. And I didn't cling to the one person I knew, but that's neither here nor there. That's just my own experience. So I would just open that doc that I just commented your name on and read through, like I said, the topics, and then try and have like a backup plan because it does book fast and the website locks up and stuff like that. Well, hopefully it won't this year, but it has the potential to, so you might not get your first choice. So that will tell you that. So that's as far as like the conference is concerned, like the meetings and stuff like that.
Right.
Whole as a team last year, we did a pretty good job because even if you're not in the same meeting, the times are the same. So you're getting in and out of the meeting, or you're coming and going to the condo, I should say, at relatively the same time as everybody else on the team.
Okay.
And so we did a lot of like grab and go lunches. Like we found a grocery store around the corner and grabbed a bunch of snacks, or we all pitched in and bought pizza because we were not the most healthy team ever. But anyway, and like one night we went out to dinner for Mexican food. But that was just like a lot of us were around and were able to do that. But I think Paula and her husband did a lot of things on their own for food last year. And there were other members of our team. There were a crap ton of food trucks outside the convention centers in Nashville. I can't imagine that it wouldn't be the same, not to mention how many places there are to eat in New Orleans. So if there's something that you would rather do, like nobody takes any offense to that either.
Yeah.
So the days are pretty structured with the summit activities, and the nights, I mean, honestly, a lot of the nights we spent in because we were exhausted and we were really enjoying each other's company. So
good.
Does that help?
Yeah, it does.
All right, cool. Okay. And I saw that you posted to Erin to add you to the condo. Claudia, do you know, is Paula and her husband in Erin's condo?
Brian's not going this year.
Oh, he's not. I didn't realize that. Okay, my mistake. So is Paula in Erin's condo as well?
You know what? I'm not sure. But she said she was Paula said she was going to add me to Erin's.
Yeah, and she is actually. And she did. Okay. So, yeah. So I didn't know if you were comfortable with like a pull-out couch or air mattress or whatever. Like I have a bed in Erin's condo right now, but I will go wherever I need to go. And I know that Kelly has a room open, so I can also go to I'll give up my bed in Erin's condo if you're more comfortable because Paul is there and Erin and whatever, and I'll go stay at Kelly's condo. Like that doesn't make a difference. So I was just going to comment that too.
Sounds like a plan.
Woo! So excited.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So I think that's it. It's about 9:50, so we're almost at 40 minutes. So I'm gonna kind of conclude. If there's anything anybody else wants to bring to the table.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
All right, fantastic. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna end the call by team. I hope everybody listens to this recording because it's the second one I've run.
Woo, go team.
Just kidding. I love you all stuff. All right. So end recording.